Ladies and gentlemen, as well as bandaholics from around the world, you know what time it is. It's September, and that means Apple's annual iPhone and Apple Watch event, which more importantly for us band lovers means a massive release of all new bands in an array of vastly different colors so you can combine and swap out depending on your mood, or shoot, maybe you might even want to coordinate better with your fit. This is why I love making these videos for you guys. Not only are they extremely fun to make, but I know they are super helpful to a lot of you all. You see, for me at least, the nearest Apple store is give or take about a 30 to 35 minute drive, but I'd say that's pretty modest considering some of you guys don't have a nearby Apple store for miles and miles. Or for my international folk who live in other more civilized nations that use the metric system, that's a lot of kilometers. You already know the vibes around here. The aim of my videos is for you to make a more informed purchasing decision when selecting a band of your choice, because Apple's website is notorious for not getting the colors all too accurate for the most part. Or maybe you just like watching videos of stuff you'll never buy. In any case, I've been doing these kinds of videos for a couple of years now, and they are always a pleasure to make and produce. And all I ask for you guys is to drop a thumbs up on the video for the algorithm, since a lot of time and planning go into making these videos. And please don't forget to watch until the end, as is customary on my channel. With each new band release means that it is followed by my seasonal band giveaways on every style. Today, we're going to take a closer look at the Nike Sport Loop line, a band type that is beloved by many, but this time around saw some tweaks that we'll get into more in detail in just a bit. That being said, that means you could potentially take home a brand new Nike Sport Loop completely for free. Just make sure to stick around until the end of the video to find out how you can enter. All right, enough with the intros. This one's going to be a quick one, so let's go ahead and get right into it. All right. Well, what do we have here? Ladies and gents, the official Nike Sport Loop line got a slight redesign, if you even want to call it that. Before, this specific line of bands had a very specific property that made it stand out from the rest. It had this unique attribute of reflecting light when direct artificial lighting hits it, say from a flashlight or maybe a car's headlights. This was so that in dark conditions, and especially at night, you'll be able to be spotted while you're jogging or working out and avoid a collision from, say, God forbid, an oncoming car or something. Well, guys, I'm sorry to say, but this property is now absent and no longer featured on the Nike Sport Loop line. I know, huge bummer and hella slack from Tim Apple and his squad over at Apple HQ. Please drop your complaints down in the comments, as this was a very unique attribute of this type of band that set it apart from the rest. I'm sad to see it gone. They instead are now basically like the regular Sport Loop line, except Nike branded. And if you haven't realized it yet or are blind, this time around, the Nike branding is right in your face, with the iconic Nike swoosh along with Nike branding running on the other side of the band 4 times. But without further ado, we have 3 new colors, if you want to call them new, and each will set you back a nice $49. Alright, taking a closer look at our first band, we have Summit White. Now, again, I know what some of you guys are thinking, but Juan, I thought Summit White was released in previous generations. You would be correct, my friend, and the natural follow-up question is, well, isn't it the exact same band, only with Nike branding? Well, guess what? Lucky for you, I actually own the previous Summit White. Here it is. So let's take a look. So as you can see, they're kind of similar, but not exactly the same. Aside from my OG Summit White being a little dirtier, hey, it's bound to happen on the white bands, we can see the obvious absence of the black Nike branding and swoosh running alongside the band. If you look closer, the original Summit White featured these very faint but still pretty noticeable gray streaks running down the middle, while the new Summit White does not. Also, something interesting I noticed is that the background portion of this Velcro part at the top of the band is darker on the new Summit White, and this is where you'll be able to see the gray streaks on the OG Summit White a little closer. On one side of the new Summit White are the 4 repeated Nike branding, and on the other side, only on one end is the Nike swoosh, with the rest of the band being a nice and vibrant, consistent white color. You really can't go wrong with this one. Me personally, I really dig the large branding. It really reminds me a lot of their clothing line and is right up my alley. All right, we're going to hit that yin and yang and now look at the black Nike Sport Loop. It's like the exact opposite of Summit White with the colors inverted. The band is composed of a stealthy and rich black that makes up the majority of the band. And again, we feature the same 4 Nike branding and swoosh, only with a lighter gray to stand out against the dark black coloring of the band. Only thing is, the branding isn't exactly white and instead is a fainter yet still noticeable gray that makes the band look very sexy indeed. This and Summit White, can't go wrong with either, honestly. They also seem to go well with just about any casing material and color. And for those wondering, the same as Summit White, yes, Apple and Nike have released a handful of black Nike Sport Loops, and here is one just to compare. As you can see, just like with the new Summit White, the black on the newer Nike Sport Loops is more solid and more consistent throughout, with older iterations of the black having faint gray stripes, as is a little more evident if we undo the Velcro and look at the underside towards the top. Also, something I noticed, the branding right under the Velcro strips here is a different color. It's a neon green versus the standard white. But who really cares, since this portion of the band will almost always be hidden while having it on the wrist anyway. But I do like paying attention to detail. Oh, and also, for some reason, they removed the plus sign from the swoosh that used to be found on the older Nike Sport Loops. And finally, my favorite, and a color that is a fan favorite, we have Cargo Khaki. So this is just my opinion, but I am a huge fan of this color. It's just the perfect mix of deviating from the typical water black band while still remaining low-key and stealthy. The color here is this pronounced yet low-key and muted tone of green that works extremely well. It's definitely a darker green color, think pine green, but not exactly that dark. In darker lit conditions, the band almost appears black from a distance, but once in direct sunlight is where this band truly stands out. The Nike branding and swoosh is a lighter gray color and works well against the dark and rich background of the rich and powerful dark green that goes really well with any casing color or material, but especially looks terrific on the dark casing colors, and I know will match up perfectly with the new green aluminum Series 7. I really wish it got released already so I have even more options when it comes to mixing and matching my bands. And just like that, video number 1 done. We still have close to 35 other bands we still have to look at, and remember that each video comes with its own giveaway, guys. So for all of you that watch until the end, first off, thank you. It means a lot to me. But second, here are the steps to enter. They are very simple and the same as all of my other previous seasonal giveaways. Number 1 is you must be subscribed to my channel with bell notifications. This channel is the number 1 source for all things Apple Watch bands, all things tech, as well as other fun videos like battery drain tests and in-depth comparisons. So make sure right now, go ahead and do it. Exit full screen if you haven't already and click that red subscribe button. Number 2, make sure to follow me on my socials, as that is where the winners will be announced. The winners will be announced a little over a month from now on Sunday, October 31st, which is Halloween for all of those celebrating here in America. Is anyone else as hyped for spooky season as me? And lastly, number 3, drop a comment down below letting me know which you prefer more. The older reflective Nike sport bands or these newer ones that lost the reflectiveness but instead now feature very prominent Nike branding. Let me know down below, and as always guys, I am blessed with the best subscribers ever. You're going to be seeing a lot from me in the coming days and weeks, so I'm clocking out for now to go ahead and start working on all of these band reviews for you guys. See you all real soon, and good luck to everyone who enters the giveaway.